every other week, my podcast off weeks, I'm doing little mini podcasts called The Space in Between, The Space Between. So I'm talking to my guests about no regrets. So Debra, for those of you who heard our interview with Dr. Debra Kissen last week, Debra is a clinical psychologist who specializes in the treatment of anxiety, and she has a treatment center called Light on Anxiety Treatment Center. Today, Debra, I want to know the little things that you can do in your life to live without regrets.
For me, what comes to mind is I try to not let anxiety or fear get in the way of living the life that I would want to live. So I try to challenge myself when there's something I don't want to do, and is it because I truly don't want to do it, it's not in line with my values, or do I not want to do it because I'm afraid of judgment, or I'm afraid I'll fail, or I'm afraid I don't know what I'm talking about. And when the thing that is coming up that's telling me don't do that or avoid is more anxiety based, I think my whole life pushed myself to move forward even with that fear and doubt and not miss out on meaningful, valuable, and enjoyable experiences.
So what is one thing you have done today to live without regret, or will do later today? Because who knows what, maybe you have some ideas of what's in mind for the rest of your day.
What did I do today? Well, doing this today, right now, I didn't know exactly even though you sent me the question, so I should have known exactly what we were going to talk about, and I didn't know exactly technology-wise what we're going to do, and would I know enough of what we're going to talk about? But it would be the kind of thing I would miss out on, having this special opportunity to talk about interesting topics with my friend Amy. So I would have regretted if I didn't have this moment with you today and your listeners.
Oh, thank you. That's very, very sweet. And one last question about this. What is something small that you are always mindful of that helps you to live without regret? Debra's thinking.
Yeah,
for those of you
that was it.
Out there
thinking. For me, I think I am mindful of, and maybe because it's the definition of mindful, but anchoring myself back in the present moment. So when I find myself maybe getting lost in worries or concerns, trying to challenge myself what of that really needs to be answered right now, and then just kind of really anchor myself, like feel my feet on the ground, feel the weight of my body making contact with the earth, and really returning back to the moment and what it might have to offer, and not spending too much time where my mind chooses to take me.
Mm-hmm. Well, thank you again for this today. And for those of you out there listening, Debra, little plug, Debra is the clinical director of Light on Anxiety Treatment Center here in Chicago. And you can find her at Light on Anxiety.
Yeah, lightonanxiety.com.
And I look forward to hearing from you guys on social media what your thoughts are or how you lived today with no regrets. You can find me at dramyrobbins.com on Twitter and Instagram. Thanks so much. Like what you heard today and want to hear more? Curious about what comes next and what it all means? You can subscribe on iTunes. Just go to podcasts and find Life, Death, and the Space Between and hit subscribe. And you can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Dr. Amy Robbins. Ask me any questions you might have. Let me know what else you'd love to hear about, or just share your story. I can't wait to hear from you.